Consent is not just a word we hear in conversations about relationships or intimacy. It's a foundation of respect, trust, and healthy communication. Whether you're dating, married, or just getting to know someone, understanding consent is absolutely essential. Yet, many people still struggle to recognize what real consent looks like, and more importantly, how to spot when it's missing. In today's video, we're going to talk about a deeply important topic: 5 signs that consent is missing in a relationship. This discussion isn't meant to create fear, but rather to empower you with awareness. Because recognizing the absence of consent isn't always easy, especially when emotional attachment, pressure, or confusion is involved. So let's explore what consent really means and how to recognize when something isn't right. What is consent? Consent is a clear, enthusiastic, and ongoing agreement between individuals to participate in any kind of activity, emotional, physical, or sexual. Consent must be freely given, without manipulation, pressure, or fear. It can be withdrawn at any time, and it must be respected without question. Consent is not silence. It's not saying no. It's not something assumed based on relationship status, previous interactions, or clothing. It's an active, mutual agreement. That means both people are willingly, clearly, and continually agreeing, and either person can say no at any time for any reason. Sign 1. Pressure or guilt is used to gain agreement. One of the clearest signs that consent is missing is when pressure, guilt, or manipulation is used to get someone to agree to something they're unsure about. This could sound like, if you really loved me, you'd do this, or everyone else is doing it, why not you? These are not loving requests, they're coercion tactics. When someone uses guilt trips, emotional blackmail, or pestering to push their partner into doing something, they are not respecting that person's autonomy. A yes given under pressure isn't a true yes, it's fear or obligation. In a healthy relationship, both partners feel safe enough to say no without fearing consequences like anger, distance, or judgment. Sign 2. Ignoring boundaries or soft no's. Consent is missing when someone ignores boundaries or dismisses indirect signals of discomfort. Not every no sounds like a loud rejection. Sometimes it's a hesitant maybe later, or an uneasy I'm not sure. Even body language like pulling away, avoiding eye contact, or going quiet can be signals that someone isn't comfortable. A partner who respects consent pays attention to those signs and slows down or stops, even without being told directly. If someone continues to push physical or emotional boundaries after hearing hesitation, they're showing a lack of respect for your comfort and safety. Sign 3. One person always decides what happens. In a relationship where one person always calls the shots, consent often takes a backseat. If only one partner decides when to get close, what kind of touch happens, or even how the relationship progresses, that's not mutual agreement. A real partnership means both people are equally involved in decisions, especially when it comes to personal boundaries. If you feel like you're just going along with whatever your partner wants because that's the only option presented, your voice is being ignored. And that's a sign of imbalance, not mutual consent. Sign 4. Fear of saying no. You should never feel afraid to say no in a relationship. If the idea of rejecting your partner makes you anxious, maybe because they get angry, threaten to leave, or shut down emotionally, then your consent isn't free. Fear-based compliance is not real agreement. Sometimes, people don't even realize they're afraid until they notice they're always saying yes just to avoid conflict. A respectful partner will always create space for you to say no and mean it, without retaliation, guilt trips, or cold silence. If your no is met with punishment or manipulation, your safety is not being prioritized. Sign 5. Regret or discomfort after every interaction. One of the biggest warning signs that consent is missing is how you feel afterward. Do you often feel uneasy, ashamed, or unsure about what just happened? Do you replay events in your head, wondering if you were actually okay with them? These emotions matter. They're signals from your body and mind that something felt wrong, even if you didn't realize it in the moment. In a relationship built on real consent, both people should walk away from interactions feeling safe, respected, and emotionally okay. If that's not happening, something needs to change. The role of communication and respect. At the heart of consent is open, honest, and ongoing communication. Consent isn't a one-time yes, it's a continuous dialogue. Real consent sounds like, is this okay with you, or do you want to stop? It's about checking in regularly and being fully tuned into your partner's body language, feelings, and voice. A relationship rooted in respect means that boundaries are not only accepted, they are valued. Your comfort, your voice, and your choices should always be central to any connection you share. Final thoughts. To recap, here are the 5 signs that consent may be missing in a relationship. 1. Pressure, guilt, or manipulation is used to get agreement. 2. Boundaries, including subtle or soft no's, are ignored. 3. One partner dominates all decisions, especially around closeness. 4. You feel afraid or unsafe saying no. And 5. You often feel regret, discomfort, or confusion after interactions. If any of these feel familiar, know that you're not alone. Help and support are available, and every person deserves to feel safe, respected, and heard in their relationships. Healthy love doesn't rely on pressure. It's built on mutual trust, communication, and care. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you understand consent better, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on emotional well-being and relationship health. And if you've experienced something similar or have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Your voice matters here. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and always remember, your boundaries are not just valid, they're essential.